Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and this is a slightly different one because I'm going to express an opinion just to clarify my view, and then it's over to you. And I want you lot out there in YouTube land to let me know in the comments what your views are. Now, we're talking about smacking children, physically, remonstrating, a physical remonstration with a child. Is there a place for it? Now, I'm going to give you my view, which is generally no. Now, there are exceptions, and I will come to an exception in a moment. But I will say that generally, you wouldn't hit a man in the street. You wouldn't go into the office and somebody's done something wrong and give them a slap. So why should you do it with children? You shouldn't. You should be able to use your words and explain to them why something is wrong. And you will have the argument, oh, well, I was beaten when I was a child, never done me any harm. Stockholming. You've Stockholmed into thinking that physical violence is acceptable. And that, of course, is why people who are abused as children often grow up to be abusers, because it's been made normal for them. Let's not Stockholm children into these things. Also, in a modern world, there are other, better ways of administering authority over kids. Number one, switch the Wi-Fi off. Watch the buggers scream. And so it doesn't need to be there. You don't need to beat children. Now, that's said, excuse me, got this cough, won't go. I'm going to say that there is just about a justifiable reason where it is, I would say, permissible. If you have a young child, now don't mean a baby, I mean a young toddler, 2 years of age or whatever, who does not have the verbal skills and the reasoning logic to understand why something is bad and why you're telling them don't do that, then it, I think, could be permissible. For example, if a 2-year-old is about to reach out and touch, say, an open flame, and you smack the hand away and say, no, that little sharp momentary zing of pain and the mother being or the father being angry should be enough to shock them into not doing it. Conditional response. But that's because they don't have the words to understand the flame is hot, dear one. If you put your finger into it, it will burn you. They don't have that. What they have is the parent, the person in charge, the mother, the father, going, no! And that shocks them. And quite right. But that is one of those rare exceptions which I think should be permissible. You're not harming the child. You are protecting the child. It's a short, sharp shock, but it's for the benefit of the child. And it's not as though it's a physical beating or anything. It's just that shock. So yes, I would allow that. But outside of that, no, you don't beat children. Or small dogs, despite how many times they bark. Never beaten my dog in his life, and yet if I come and see he's done something and I go, what's this? He goes on his back, But yeah, so that's my view. Let me know in the comments what your views are. It'd be interesting to see. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not expressing a view, whether you are right or wrong or whatever. I'm merely expressing my position. Thank you very much. Goodbye.